Very simply, just give us your thoughts going into this one.
Of course, we are optimistic. It's going to be a tough game. Shakhtar is a really good team. They have a lot of experience to play these games. But for us, it's really important now to keep growing our own performance and get another chance to show our fans that we are on the right track. And of course, for us, it's so important to be in Europe and prove ourselves also in Europe, and also keep building on the things we are focused on now the last weeks to change some parts and get a good performance.
Is this a welcome break from the kind of domestic difficulties at the moment?
I think like this night is always special, especially on Petodry. So Europe is really important for our players and our club to be there and also perform there. So that's another focus, but still the domestic league is also super important. We know that. So, but right now we focus on this game. Is
the pressure off going into this one, because particularly given the start to the season that the team have made? Certainly, any fans that I've been speaking to, they'll be going along tomorrow night not with a lot of hope, optimism, or expectation of a positive result. So, can you understand them feeling like that? And is the pressure off a little bit, you guys going into this game, because maybe so little is expected from some people?
I think they always should have this belief, and it's super important to believe in the things you're doing and believe in your team. And we try to give everything we can, and we also believe we can get a good result tomorrow if we do our things in a really good way. We know Shakhtar is a good team, they're an experienced team, but we also have to believe in ourselves when you go into a football game. And that's the thing with football, is football. And if you do the good performance and we get the things right, we have a good chance to do something good tomorrow.
Obviously, this is your reward for winning the Scottish Cup last season, was being involved in these big matches in a strange kind of way. Can being part of a night like tomorrow almost act as a reminder to the players, look, if you want to get here again, you know, you're going to really need to improve over the coming weeks and months? It could almost be a catalyst for better things domestically.
We know, like, I know we're coming back to the start of the season. Everybody knows that, it's no secret. But we also have to be strong in our conviction that we can turn things around. And this is another chance for us tomorrow to get out on the pitch, get the team go in the right direction and compete and show everybody that we are a good team and that we're going to every week hopefully get another step to the performance we want to show and also deserve the results.
Team news?
No, it's some small issues from the last game, but hopefully everybody's fine tomorrow.
Didn't see Christas at training this morning. Is he a doubt for tomorrow night?
Let's see tomorrow. Everybody's done their own thing because we had so many games the last week, so everybody's doing small adjustments and individual preparation for the game.
Thankfully, Tyrone's covered most of it for me, but I'm a huge optimist. This is another game that's a chance for you to score a goal, get a great performance, and perhaps surprise and pleasantly surprise a lot of Aberdeen fans.
I think I can't speak for myself, but I always think you should believe in things you're doing and always stay together and take the steps and never give up, never give in. Always have this focus that you can always improve yourself. So I think that's the only way for me to work, and you always have to take challenges as some good thing. You talk about the pressure, but life and football sometimes is challenging, and you have to find the solutions, and you have to be strong in this moment. And sometimes the togetherness gets even stronger. And I see the players now, they try every training, every game, they go out again. We know the situation even before Motherwell, but the good thing with Motherwell, again, no player hide. They try to take responsibility, they help each other, and they push for a win. Of course, we know the end of that game, but over the performance-wise, it was a step in the right direction. And now we have some more training since then. Of course, it's a different kind of opponent tomorrow, but I also see our team is growing and our players is growing. So hopefully we can keep working on this now and believe in our own performance and also fight for a good result.
They're a very big team. They have a big budget, some expensive players, but they're on sort of a similar par with Celtic. And if Celtic were coming here tomorrow night, we wouldn't be talking about them, winning comfortably. So it is a game, even though there's maybe a mismatch in budget, where you at home still could get a result.
It's football, and it's a cup and it's football. We have to believe in ourselves. And tomorrow is 11 versus 11 out there. I know you can always think about the budgets and these kind of things, and that's a part of the reality. But right now, tomorrow is one game, and we have a strong belief in our own performance tomorrow.
Any other questions for Jimmy? No. Any questions for Graeme?
Graeme, likewise, we've said this before, but I don't like the phrase a free hit, but this is an opportunity for you guys to show how good you are, a football team, how good the individual players are. You've got the backing of a home crowd. It's not a comfortable place for any team to come, and if you perform to your absolute best, of course you're good enough to get a result.
Yeah, 100%. I've played in these games many a times and had some great results here at Pittodrie, like you said, with the backing of the home crowd. So the squad are excited for the game. It's a big game for us. It's something that we managed to achieve last year to put us in this situation. So it's a game we want to enjoy, but it's a game that we want to be really competitive in, and like you said, use the home crowd to build on that and put in a real top performance and try and win the game.
We've talked recently about the weight, the pressure that has been there, and you acknowledge that. Is this one actually where there isn't any weight on you guys? You can play with maybe that bit of freedom because the expectation perhaps isn't there like it would be if it was Livingston?
Yes and no. I feel for us at the stage that we're at, we want to put in good performances. We want to start winning games, and it doesn't really matter what competition it is. We want to get back on that winning trail. So I thought there was a lot of positives to take out of the last game, and in my opinion we should have won the game. You don't get nothing for that, but we had enough chances in that game to win the game. You lose it in the last minute, which is tough to take, but we need to keep building on it, and the pressure is always there at a club like Aberdeen, and the pressure is always on individuals as well. I would always put pressure on my own self to perform at my highest level, to give my all for the team. So football always has these pressures, and like I said, it's a game that we're looking forward to, and a game that we want to put in the best performance we can, and make it another memorable night at Pittodrie.
Yeah, and finally for me, obviously when you win on a winning run, it's easy for everyone to enjoy their work, to come into training happy. Has this difficult period actually been more unifying? It's kind of forced the fresh players that have come in the summer. Everyone's really had to kind of dig deep and kind of trust each other to try and dig yourselves out of this. Yeah,
it's testing, and I think in football you've got to stay in the middle ground. You can't get too high when it's going well, and you don't want to get too low when it's going low. And I think the manager here is a prime example of that. He's very good at keeping everyone level-headed in the dressing room, and his character is key in the dressing room to keep the boys going forward and trying to keep the positivity there. I try and back that up as well. I've been through a lot of tough moments in my career, and you need big characters. You need to have the character to continue to push forward. You can't do nothing about the past. The only thing you can deal with is the here and now. So as a footballer, you look to the next game. You look to put in the best performance and try and turn things around.
Graeme, after the start to the season the boys have had, obviously there's a lot of criticism and stick flying around, which you'd expect. Do the boys almost feel that they've almost got a point to prove to people, to show everyone that we're good footballers, we're a good group, but we need to start showing it, and tomorrow night would be quite the stage to do that, wouldn't it?
Of course, yeah. And it's natural for people to give you criticism. You're not winning games, but you have to step up and accept that for what it is, and have the character to combat that, and like you say, prove people wrong, but do it for yourself mainly, in your own career and helping the team. And like I said, that's what we're focused on. That's what the excitement is. It's a big game tomorrow night. It's Europe. It's games that you love to be involved in, especially me at my ripe old age. I still love and thrive on these nights. I still have a real excitement for these nights. So yeah, we want to show people the team we are. I think performances have been decent at times and we're not far away, but we haven't been doing enough to win games and score and give us that chance. So we want to put in an all-round performance tomorrow night, and like I said, try and make it a night that we'll remember.
You mentioned there just a minute ago about the character of the manager being important in the dressing room, and how you try and back that up. Do the players feel that they've let the manager down so far this season, and if so, how determined are you to start getting the results to kind of take some of the pressure off him?
Yeah, 100%. It's us that step out on the pitch. It's us. The manager gives us all the tools and the staff. We've got everything we need. And at times in games, it's just been small moments in the games that have turned games around. In terms of chances, and we're not giving up a lot of chances in games, but the ones that we're giving up quite big chances. So it's just small details in games that we need to sort of turn around. But yeah, we're all in it as one. We're all fighting together, and we're all looking to turn it around.
Hi Graeme. Is this similar to the Scottish Cup final, where probably you're going into a game where a lot of people have written you off? Probably everyone inside, apart from inside your camp, it's where, and then you've upset the odds at Hampden. It's another example of what you can do.
Yeah, I mean, not many people will have us as favourites tomorrow, but that's fine. I've been used to that throughout my career. I started at Inverness, which sort of every week we were underdogs, but we enjoyed that. We enjoyed being that. And yeah, tomorrow night will be similar-ish. We're at home. We've got the home backing of the crowd, so we need to use that and try to make Pittodrie a fortress. And there's been evidence before of beating big clubs. We beat Frankfurt in the last time we were in it, so we'll take confidence from that. But the belief is there inside the dressing room, and that's the most important thing. And then we also need to feed off the crowd and try and give them something to cheer from. And like I said, be one as a whole and try and do it together.
In terms of your European career, what's been the highlights for you in an Aberdeen jersey?
There's been a few. There's been a good few. My goal against Limassol at home was enjoyable. The win away at Rijeka was a memorable one. Frankfurt, I didn't play in the game, but I was involved, was another great night. So there's been a few. Even Rijeka at home, we went 2-0 down. We were 3-0 up in the first game, we went 2-0 down at Pittodrie, and bit of nervousness in the stadium, but then I think McGinn scored straight away and we got it back to 2-2, and obviously cruised through to the next round after that. So I love these nights. The stadium's packed. It's a different kind of vibe to a home game under the lights at Pittodrie. It's a game that I really enjoy, and the whole squad will too.
Can you see that? Can this be a sort of catalyst for the season?
Look, it's the next game, so it's in football. When you have a loss, you always look to the next game. So, like I keep saying, it's a game that we need to continue performance-wise, but as I say, the small details, we need to get better at that and look to try and win the game. And winning games builds confidence, so you would then move on from that one to Sunday. So all we're focused on is trying to get a good result out of this game, and then we'll move on to the next one.
This is a new group at Aberdeen, and European football's new to quite a lot of the players. What did you learn for the Steaua Bucharest, both legs?
That, like I said, in moments, if you make mistakes, you get punished at this level. So it's trying to have full concentration for the full game, put in a strong performance, take our own chances when they come around. And yeah, sometimes, I've said this before, experience is overrated sometimes. Every game of football is very different, so it's dealing with the game on the night. Every team comes with a different formation, a different setup, a different set of tactics. So it's about focusing on the game, doing the right things, and putting in a good performance.
From what you've seen of the prep you have done so far, what do you make of Shakhtar, and what do you have to do to get a result?
Yeah, they're a good side. They've got some top players, obviously, good team, but we need to focus on ourselves. And like I said, if we can give the home crowd something to cheer us on and use them to thrive off them, limit the mistakes, because at this level, like I said, you get punished. But have a real enthusiasm, a real energy to do well in the game. And like I said, you don't know what will happen on the night.
It's quite a young squad. How key could the Euro experience of players like yourself, Stuart and Jesper, be going through the Conference League?
Yeah, it can be, but sometimes young, less experienced players are hungry. They play with no fear. They are fearless at that age. I remember when I was younger, I went into games without any fear, just wanting to go and prove myself at a young age. So they'll be fine. You need a good mix. You need a balance of older players. They tend to be a bit more vocal and organise a wee bit more, but you also need the young, fresh sort of players to have no fear and go and play their football and do their thing. So the balance is always key for the squad.